Hello, my name is Stalemates. Welcome back for another episode of HoI in Black Ice as PLC. In previous episode we managed to, well, we did a landing in southern Italy. We did manage to gain a bit more ground in northern Italy as well, although not a huge amount yet, but I suspect that the enemy is starting to run into some problems, to say the least. Mainly the fact that we haven't taken that many VPs yet. We did take Brescia, which is 1 point. Verona is going to be 3 once we get to that point. Bergamo is 1. Milano is 15, actually, so that would be quite nice. Rome is 25. Of course, we did the landings in the south. We've got a few tricks in our sleeves in here, so we should be able to essentially break the enemy attacks here quite easily. Well, eventually at least. Oh, there we go, Victory Vicenza. I think we're going to go ahead and take some troops from here now. And I think we're going to go, actually, Ferrara, they've got quite a few divisions. I think we're going to go ahead and attack Verona. Take a few units from here and start attacking there. They'll probably still do attacks in or from here into Vicenza, but it's only going to be like one division at a time. And how's the battle in Verona? There's actually quite a bit of troops in there, but that should then start reducing the amount of troops that they can potentially attack us in Brescia. And also, let's go ahead and pull back a couple of these units that are in a very poor organization right now. Oh, industry asks for more money. I suppose that's fine. We've got plenty. And there's another infantry division. There we go. That's going to go into the 34th Corps. And then I suppose what I could do, we've got 3 divisions attacking northwest. I'm going to leave the headquarters behind, but these can start attacking. The headquarters are going to give a bit of a support attack on the northwestern front line there. You know, just to give a bit of a boost there and also start dealing a lot more damage on the enemy, hopefully. And now the attacks from Bergamo should eventually just stop. Because I'm pretty sure that the enemies, well, there's quite a few enemy units in there, but I don't think they'll be that great of a shape, if you ask me. And slowly but surely, we are definitely dealing a lot of damage in here. As soon as the attack into Padua ends, we'll start attacking into Ferrara. Because there's not that many enemies in there. And of course, the enemy is taking quite a bit of casualties on these. We did disable the Popas again for a little while because it was getting a little bit overwhelming again. We've got 9 more units attacking us, including quite a few garrisons, mind you. A lot of these units aren't exactly their finest troops, and we haven't really taken that much casualties at all here yet. Like, if we have a look at the most of the divisions are actually, I suppose, let's see, 97, 95, 98. So most of them are still well over 90%. Or over 95% even. Of course, the enemy's got the over 40% short bombardment penalty, which does make quite a difference. We got, well, we got a good piercing attack on all of these. We got some armor on some of these. There's, actually, which one? One of these, okay, that's got only 37 piercing. Of course, they don't have any armor in here. We'll take the resource production, carrier crew training advance, there we go. And cruiser warfare advance, bunker penetration bomb. Ooh, hold on a minute. So that's finally... Oh yeah, that increases soft attack on light, medium, and heavy bombers. Installation strike efficiency is improved, that's good. And strategic attack advance, so that's good as well. All the strategic attack is increased on our troops, or rather planes. Speaking of which, did we bring in any more planes? No, I don't think we did. We do have an airfield over there that is slowly building up though, so I guess what we could do... Do we still have any more in here? We got some interceptors. We do have some medium bombers actually. Let's bring that one closer. So with a bit more troops or planes, we can probably break the enemy troops a lot faster. How's the attack in Bergamo? Could be better. Could be better. But we are doing bombing runs on almost the entire front line there. And now they've still got 9 units attacking us in here, make that 8. So 1 by 1, they're just losing so much organization attacking just a beachhead of ours. Well, okay, we got a port at least. Oh, that reminds me, actually, we got the transport planes in here. How about we start doing some supply runs? Daily continues to help these troops. We might start running out of supply sooner or later, and I'd rather avoid that if possible. Plus, I suppose now that it's December, I think it might actually wait until January, so that it's been at least a full month for the port, but I could also be wrong. Ooh, there we go, combiners for the infantry and direct fire units. Ooh, dual purpose gunners advance, so heavy anti-aircraft for small ships could advance a bit further, and then cruiser crew training advance. So there's the combine arm stuff that we can drop from the research queue for now. That's even better now. Actually, just out of curiosity, if we were to build this stock standard infantry division, it's got 68% combined arms. I mean, that's not the worst. Definitely not the worst. Oh, and there we go. All of these are now fully producing. They are going to be quite heavy mechanized divisions, but they're also going to be probably able to break through most of the enemy units. There's a lot of petroleum refineries that we're going to be getting in January, which is probably going to increase the amount of fuel that we can convert quite nicely, admittedly. How much is the spy situation right now? We've got a little bit more spies in here. Let's so the Soviets are building some more stuff. The industry has dropped quite drastically since they're no longer getting the Lend-Lease, of course. Albania is not producing anything really. They still got supply and fuel issues, so I guess it's best just to let them be, I guess. Austria, they are not building anything as far as I can tell. They got a bit of manpower at least. But their national unity is potentially quite bad. They seem to be having dissent, but I'm actually not entirely sure if that's the case. Czechoslovakia is building a land unit. DDR is building... Oh, they're building a semi-motorized division now. And that's about it, what information we have about people building stuff. But regardless, at least we are holding back the enemy quite nicely in the north. Of course, this one could maybe use a bit more reinforcements. Also, maybe send one more, like the 55th Division, for example, back to the rear. How's the attacker in Bergamo? Not going all that well, but did that actually... It did pull back the enemy troops attacking us in Brescia, so that was actually the kind of goal of that. If we could win this combat, then we can maybe send some of the troops to either assist in the attack in Bergamo, or just, you know, dig in for a little while. The attack in Padua is still ongoing. It should be over very shortly, unless they send in yet another unit there to join just in time. But regardless, they're wasting a whole lot of their manpower and organization, especially on these troops trying to attack us in here. I mean, admittedly, if we have a look at the combat, they've got 14,000 men still. We've got 208,000 men in there. Of course, not all of them are in the combat currently. It's like half of it is in the combat. So that's overall, that's still going to be quite easy victory for us, I would argue. That's the interceptors. They're not really doing anything yet. The interdiction is still somewhat successful. These are resting with ground attack. Double checking that there's... oh, this one doesn't have any target immunity. Alright then, I'm gonna go ahead and start giving a bit of extra ground attack in Bergamo. If we can break the enemy in there and take that province, that'd be brilliant. Oh, there we go, victory at Vicenza. I think we are gonna go ahead and start attacking into Ferrara. Also go ahead and bring in a whole lot more of these troops in to maybe start helping the attack in Verona. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that one from the combat. Oh, Padua is again under attack. But this time from Ferrara, so that's probably going to end very shortly. Not least because we are also attacking them. Well, there's at least one of them is retreating now. There's going to be another two that are probably retreating very shortly. Oh, that's got the multiple combat penalty. Is that the one that is attacking us? That is the one that is attacking us. Well, there we are. There we go. Victor Padua. Are we... Okay, we need to wait for another few hours. There we go. So now they're no longer attacking us. I'm going to go ahead and just take a few of these to join the attack there, and then let's go ahead and send in a few of our units to attack south. So, attack in Ferrara, we've got now 8 units in there. Should be quite manageable. How's the attack into Chioggia? They've got quite a few units in there. They're not necessarily the strongest units right now, so if we can kind of squeeze through there and get us sort of around the enemy, start pushing towards Pisa, or at least Firenze, and then get to the coastline there, cut off the enemy in the north. Oh, and how's the situation down here? That's 10 units attacking us. We're slowly losing some organization, but it's not that bad. And actually, what we might be able to do... where is the reinforcements? They are almost to the Black Sea. So it's still going to take quite a while before they arrive in here, but we could potentially just move them in here one way or the other. Maybe even just split the transport fleet there for a brief moment and start bringing them in. But regardless, we are going to be winning... Oh, actually, that reminds me. Didn't we have the Corps of Infantry in here to maybe transport? For example, this one. Redeploy those there. I don't know how much do we need. Oh, 700. Okay, we don't have the transports for that. We've got 600. We're not far off. We do get more transports in January, so I suppose once we wait then we can get some more troops from here to Europe. Probably just bring them to Zara first and then transport them in. But yeah, even though they are attacking us, we got the envelopment penalty, we got encirclement penalty and all that. We're still holding the enemy back. I mean, we've got a fairly good commander in here, admittedly. Or Mr. Iliescu, but that's, let's just say, quite effective leadership in there. And of course, if the enemy doesn't have... Oh, right, we've got contracts, so we deal more damage to them, first of all. And this must be dying down quite a bit. Actually, how is the manpower situation in the combat? It's roughly equal right now, because they've got several units in here that are not in the combat. Whereas for us, we've got all of it in the combat. So we are at least diverting the enemy attention elsewhere. Let's go ahead and send a few more of these to join the various attacks. The armored division could probably attack south as well. So sooner or later, the enemies are going to be pushed out of here. Ooh, heavy tank destroyer advance. There we go. Also go ahead and move another unit into Brest here. We can also go ahead and pull back another one from there. They've still got quite a few units attacking from Cremona. Actually, do we have... no, we don't really have any extra units right now. I think we may need to cancel these attacks soon enough. But I'd rather at least win the battle in Brest here first, if possible. Which admittedly might not be possible, but I'm going to pull that motorized division back and we'll move in someone else in from there. Looks like the battle in Ferrara is at least... it's going fairly well. There's going to be another mechanized division out of there very shortly. They've got the semi-motorized infantry in here, which probably has... well, it's got decent piercing attack in there for sure. Will that be enough to stop our close air support? I don't think so. Oh, they got the 12th Australian Division in here now. Okay, so more and more Allied troops are just pouring down here for Monopoly. The Monopoly is ours. We will never give it back. Let's see, submarine damage control advanced. There we go. I mean, I just realised we could call that the disagreement about Monopoly, but oh, who rules Monopoly? Okay, so the one of the divisions over here will probably need to retreat at some point. The rest of these, well, I suppose we're still holding back the enemy quite nicely. Plus, we're still doing a lot of ground attacks in here. If we got, oh, did we get the? We did get these here. Go ahead and start breaking the enemy in Brindisi, actually. A little bit further away, but that's not as bad of a place to bombard right now. If we can take away one of the directions they're attacking from, that would already reduce the envelopment penalty, reduce the combat width as well. Oh yeah, that should be a fairly effective bombardment in there. How's the manpower now in the combat? They got a bit more than we do. Not much more yet, but we are definitely bringing a lot of the enemy troops down here. And I suppose how's the... No, that's at least one of these units needs to retreat. Can we... I guess we can send another one in here. And the battle in Sondrio is probably going to have to pull back soon. At least we'll start pulling a couple of the units away from there. Maybe also the Fantanke unit. So that's still like anti-tank division, I suppose, technically speaking. But yeah, so we are having some issues pushing in here, but at the same time, we're not losing ground. At least not yet. The enemy's got 11 units total attacking us in Monopoly. But I think we may have just shut out one of the units in Brindisi. I suppose the battle in Georgia, it's not going quite as well as I was hoping for, but I guess we can send another 2 units in there. Anything else that we could... actually, yeah, these 2 can assist in the battle for Ferrara. So now we've got a little bit of extra troops there. The enemy is definitely being pushed back by some of the enemy units are getting pushed back, but probably not quite all of it. Oh, and we may need to pull back some of these units in here. Let's see, anything that is pretty low on organization, let's just pull back. But at the same time, the enemy's taking so much casualties over here, especially in Verona, that we will probably take that soon enough. And as long as we can hold on in Brest here, we can well, we've got a troop rotation going on, so we should be mostly fine. I think the battle in Bergamo is not going to go all that well. I'm going to pull back the mechanized division already. So we'll have a few proper units at least defending the province. Actually, let's go ahead and pull... Probably that entire northern attack needs to stop right now. That's quite a bit of casualties, mind you. Not as bad as what the enemies have been taking, admittedly, but yeah, it could be better. Oh, now there's the counterattack. Well, it's was quite an easy victory for us, actually. Battle for Bergamo, I think we're going to have to pull back that one as well, so that's another major defeat. That's another 9 times. They took more casualties than we did. Oh, and body armor, right, so that was for the engineers. It reduces their speed a little bit, but of course they don't now start with it. It's takes a while with all that applied, but it will actually not make them slower than regular infantry. Actually, no, that can stay there. Anything else that we can... I suppose we could go ahead and pull back some of these units in bad shape. Get them to Venice, and then this one can join in and get to Verona, for example. Because we really need to get in there. That's going to allow us to get to the river line, at least. And at the same time, it is another VP, I believe. There's still 11 units fighting us in here. Brindisi's still got at least 2 more units in there. There's some allied marines in there. 2 divisions of marines, at least, in there. Plus a militia division and a few other units. Ooh, rubber to South Africa. You know what? No. South Africans are probably going to be just sending troops against me soon enough. Speaking of which, let me just double check that there hasn't been any secret war. No, no one's been called into the war, at least. And I suspect that the allies are... They're still fighting Sweden. Did they get the... No, they haven't gotten another victory condition yet. Of course, since they are still at war with Sweden, I don't know if they're going to be declaring another war. I mean, there's a chance that they will declare war on us or the Soviets or whatnot. I don't think it's a very high chance, mind you, but I guess actually, I do wonder. Britain, who's your biggest threat? The Soviets? Okay, yeah, so their neutrality is... Oh. Yeah, mutual threat is pretty high. I mean, their threat to us is massive, admittedly. So if they wanted to declare war on me, they could. I don't think they would be... I don't think it would be wise for them to do so, but they could. Oh, interception tactics advance, very good. Not that we need to do a lot of intercepting here yet. How's the airfield in Venice? How long is that going to take? Another level. That's going to be 24th of December, actually. That's quite nice for Christmas Eve. I'll get the next level there. We got some more destroyers underway. We are going to get quite a few other things. Actually, since we got the new frigate type, let's just go ahead and build a few of those. Also going to be getting another infantry division tomorrow with the assault guns in there. So a bit more heavier infantry, but not quite mechanized infantry. Okay, there's still a lot of troops in Ferrara. I mean, we are going to break through here eventually, I think. Like, these provinces are somewhat... Well, actually, if they bring in a lot more troops, we might have some issues. But at least we're getting the supplies in here, I think. No, we are still having some supplies issues, actually. Which is probably causing some of the organization loss in here. Well, that's a bit unfortunate. How far are the reinforcements now? They're almost into Crimea. So I think at least another 3 weeks, at least, before they're anywhere near to be transported in. Well, there's an infantry division. Right, let's put that into the 34th Corps. I'm starting to get some of the upgrades at least in down here in Siam, so that's good. Do we have... Right, we've still got quite a bit of troops in here that could probably be transported over from Japan. Let's take another corps, like, actually, that one... That has spread quite a bit. Ah, so this corps could be perhaps one of the next ones to be transported away from Osaka, although we don't really have the troops to, or the transport ships to really get them out of there right now. Got some transports in here, but we know that this is not quite enough. We are going to get some more in January, but that's still, well, about a month away before we get those new ones. There's at least one of the enemy marine divisions attacking from Bari that we have been bombarding admittedly, but that's going to be shattering soon enough. Right, so we can, technically speaking, have the troops rest at Split. Should be relatively useful at least. Oh, we're doing interdiction in Ravenna. Oh yeah, there's not that much troops in there. And that's the troops that are helping this... Oh, we may need to pull back some of the units attacking. At least this one. Right, the rest of them can still stay there. I think we may have some issues in here. You know, I was just going to go ahead and take the hits and just cancel these attacks for now. I lost a lot of troops there. They'll do some counterattacks, and then they'll spend a whole lot of manpower in doing so. I'm going to go ahead and pull back some of the units in here. Similarly from here, we can probably pull at least my division. Go ahead and send in another unit in here. We'll pull back another infantry division from the combat. I mean, they're down to 5 units attacking us right now, at least in there. In Vicenza, there's only 1 unit attacking us, so they are going to be spending a lot of manpower, time and effort in trying to break us here. Which probably is not going to go all that well for them, let's be honest. Oh, I could build up the resource substitution. I don't think I need to right now, but I have the option again. Oh, there we go, another victory at Vicenza. Another attack into Vicenza. That's the 280th NG division. Oh, National Guard, isn't it? I just realised what the NG means. Right, how's the They've still got 11 units attacking us. Oh, well, make that 12 units attacking us in here. Oh, there we go, Victory Padua. Oh, they got so many troops in Ferrara. We're at least doing quite a bit of bombardment around here. That's two... that's Verona. Okay, so we've got quite a bit in there. Did we have another, maybe a few groups over here that are not doing... No, that's the American planes there, never mind. That are not doing anything. Over here we got the Bergamo bombardment. I believe we got one doing the attacks in... Oh, you were doing Bergamo as well. Okay, I wanted you to go for that one instead. So that way we are dealing damage to as wide of a net as possible right now. Of provinces that they might attack us from, but are not necessarily going to. Go ahead and pull back another one of these infantry divisions. And maybe another one of these can move back in here. That should be good enough. We've got plenty of manpower again. I mean, we're getting about 200 per month. Although we're using some of it, but it's still fairly good income, I would say. Alright, we just need to hold on in here until reinforcements arrive. Of course, with the ground attacks that we're doing down there, that's resting. These are attacking Brindisi still. Again, Brindisi, I think, is going to be the weaker spot off of these. Ooh, Electro Boat Advance, so we can finally research the Electro Submarine class. That is going to go to the top of the list. We probably want to keep on researching the Electro Boat as well, to be fair. But those are going to be a bit expensive, but also very low visibility, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I built them, admittedly. Oh, so they got still 12 units in here. Well, we just did get rid of one of them. Oh, and there's another unit coming in. Okay, so they are having quite a bit of troops there. We are going to have the supply issues in quite significant amounts in here. I'm going to build the naval base up here. It's probably not going to be built anytime. Well, yeah, it's April, so it's not going to be built in time. We'll either have lost the province or gained some more ground before that. Now, technically speaking, what I could try to do... Oh, there we go. Padua is under attack by 300 National Guard Division. I should be able to hold on to that. Go ahead and pull back another 2 units from here, actually. And then that one can probably start moving in. Still got a bit of extra reserves in there. They only got 2 armored divisions attacking us now. So it shouldn't take too long before we've won the battles there. There's a bit of a lag spike as usual on 17th. It's like August and August and December when it usually happens on 17th. Right, so we've got the infrastructure behind the Venice. I suppose we don't actually need the next level for that. We can cancel that one. I'm going to get the destroyers very shortly. Actually, one of the things that I could do is build a couple more cruisers. I know that they're not going to be built anytime soon, but we're going to build them anyway. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and leave a few of these behind. I'm going to do another attempt on Verona. They've got 100,000 men in there. They've got 7 divisions. Some of them are pretty bad in shape. And if we can just break the enemy in there... Oh, they're still attacking from Cremona into Brescia. Well, Padua was another victory. I don't think we initially want to attack into Troggia. I mean, it's a river crossing penalty and everything right now, so it just doesn't sound very enticing, let's be honest. We might have one of our units retreating soon enough, but we are at least dealing a whole lot of damage on the enemy in here. Plus, you know, the 40% short bombardment definitely doesn't hurt us. Quite the contrary, actually. Hey, Division HQ advance. So is that one... Right, that's max level there, and we could get the Division HQ up here. It's going to give us a bit more radius strength and breakthrough. Oh man, the Monopoly, that's 1,076% there. Not entirely sure about that, to be fair. I mean, admittedly, they do have a lot of troops in here. And they're starting to get some armored units in here now. At the same time, again, it's just, you know, distracting the enemy quite a bit there. And I suspect that we can basically save most of these troops. I'm not entirely sure if we'll be able to save the entire army. Well, they're the 2 corps that we have in here. But, like, I think at least, like, 10 divisions should be able to retreat. Like, it's going to be one at a time initially. And then, like, halfway through, it's probably going to be all of them at the same time. They're attacking from Ferrara. How cute. Well, they got more troops attacking from Cremona. I mean, we are holding our ground in here. Of course, the enemy is taking a lot of casualties. So it could be worse. Also, the officer ratio could be better, mind you. How are we looking on the... Actually, on the text. Supply organization and regulations is going to be done very shortly. That's going to reduce the supply consumption a little bit on all sorts of units. Which is actually going to be very useful for our, well, logistics in general. Okay, well, there's going to be another Marine division that will hopefully shatter soon. It's down to 19%. That's rather impressive, actually. And that's the American Marines for you, I guess. We will also have at least one of the units retreating fairly shortly. I think we're going to go ahead and retreat another unit from here. Do we have anyone? No, these are not quite ready yet. But at least we're doing so many ground attacks in here that it must be rather painful for the Americans. I don't know how much they need reinforcements right now, but it is definitely not a zero. I mean, it might have a couple zeros in there, but, well, maybe two. But, yeah, I think it's probably going to be quite painful regardless. There we go, that's a bit more destroyers. I think it's time to go ahead and turn the reserve fleet into some sort of a battle fleet. It's going to be probably the light carriers. We'll get some light cruisers in there. Get 4 of those, so that's 6 ships. And then we'll maybe get a couple destroyers in there. We could potentially use some of these new destroyers. So that's 10. Maybe get a couple frigates as well. There we go. It's got a small positioning penalty. Hold on a minute. There we go. It doesn't have a leader yet, but that's easily fixed. Now we'll go ahead and send this one down to the Mediterranean as well. Question is, of course, where do we want to base that in? I suppose go to Polar for now. Well, there we go. Sinking more convoys going through here. Oh, and Padua was another victory. Are we ready to do another attack in... I suppose we'll try another attack into Ferrara. I think we've damaged the enemies enough there. Oh, they're attacking Sala. Well, that's going to be a very, very bad experience for them, I reckon. Right, Ferrara, they've only got 4 units defending in there right now. And in Verona, they've got, well, quite a bit more, actually. But that does mean that we're no longer being attacked into Vicenza, so we can go ahead and send a couple more units into the battle in Verona itself. And sooner or later, we'll probably break through here. Oh, there we go. They're retreating some of the units. How's the battle in Brescia? Still attacking with 4 units from Cremona. It's the 9th Armored Division. And then a couple more, well, various kinds of infantry, I suppose. Is that... Oh, that's got the heavy armor. The 100th Black Tiger... I don't know if it's National Guard Division or whatnot. But regardless, it is quite a bit. Go ahead and set another one in there. Just to be the safe side. And are we already retreating our first units? Not quite yet, but soon. So we can show the magic that happens. Admittedly, with the first one, we don't really need to do the magic yet. But we can show it. Ooh, major victory. In Sala. Oh, wow. 200 casualties for us, 11,000 for them. I'd say that's pretty decent. And that was a very quick battle as well. So they must be taking fairly heavy casualties, to say the least. Let's also go ahead and send in a couple more units down here to Vicenza. Ooh, tungsten to Venezuela. I suppose we can. Is Venezuela... They are part of the Allies. Okay, well that's a bit unfortunate then. I'm not going to say no to money. Plus, you know, we got so much tungsten anyway. We control most of the world's tungsten. I'm still doing the interdiction there. But suppose what I could do... I'm going to switch the target of these to do ground attack in Verona. Did we have any more planes in here? That's Verona, Ferrara, Verona, Chioggia. And then there's back to Verona. Okay, so over here, you're not doing anything. Well, I mean, you probably are, but we don't. Actually, how about you start doing ground attacks in Cremona? The sooner we can break the enemy in there attacking us, the sooner we can start digging in here, and we can slowly push back the enemy a bit further. But yes, our first unit over here will probably retreat soon enough. Man, those Marines are down to 16% and they're still fighting. Well, I mean, kudos to them. That is quite substantial damage that they're dealing. How far are the reinforcements now? Oh, right. They are now in Mykolaiv. I'm going to go ahead and move these to Split, actually. There's a reason for that, because we can then utilize the assault ships over here to just land them directly in there without having to pick them up. I still got the 42% short, but it's going to take a while before we get more fleets in here. Although, that reminds me, we do have some motor torpedo boats in here. Of course, these don't give any sort of short bombardment, mind you. But at least we've got something in here. I don't know if there's going to be much that we can do with them, though. Probably not. So we'll just let them be as they are. Looks like the attacks over here in Italy are a little bit limited on both sides. Oh, there we go. Airbase in Venice is improved. That's going to get us to 18 total air wings until we get the upgrade. So after that, it's going to be 24, I think. Sounds about right. But what is also sounds about right is that we are actually out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also got the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.